Howdy, friends. Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty team with this week's Real Estate Live from North Texas. Today, design predictions for 2023. Sort of a weird topic, a little bit for me to research, but I learned a couple of things from it, and I hope you do too. But before we get started, today is the day for our contest. Woohoo! So we're going to ask you. So the contest is dinner for two at Chamberlain Steak and Chop House on February 14th. Today's the 10th, so we're gonna run the contest today. We're gonna ask you to go to our Facebook page, which is either Steve DePoe or the Rose Realty team, or you can call. That's gonna have instructions on it. We're gonna ask you to call me between the hours of 9 and 3. That's my cell phone number, 817-368-5682. We're gonna ask for your name, address, cell phone, and email. And then for that, you're going to get two chances to win. If you provide us with a referral, somebody who wants to buy or sell a home, we're going to give you an additional 3. We're going to put them in a pot. We're going to stir it up, and then we're going to pick the winner at around 5 o'clock today, 5 o'clock on the 10th. So you got to be, like they say in the lottery, you got to be in it to win it. So stay tuned. Give us a call. Get into that drawing for the dinner for two, February 14th at Chamberlain's. Okay, design predictions for 2023. Purple's in. Can you believe it? Purple. So purple in terms of accents, in terms of molding and trim, and accents in the curtains, those kinds of things, curtains and draperies, and sort of accent, maybe one accent wall in the living room or something like that. So purple's the color, for this year. Stone accent furniture, very cool. When I was doing my research on this, stone accent furniture became very cool. So we're talking end tables, maybe coffee tables, those kinds of things. It also works really well outside. Okay, so if you have a patio out back, covered patio, or maybe some pool furniture, and a stone accent table, kind of end table kind of thing, really kind of cool. It kind of adds a little bit of class and kind of sets off the area. Mood lighting. Now I looked into this, and this is kind of fascinating. So when you open doors, for example, to your pantry, if you have those automatic switches that automatically turn the lights on, right? So instead of can lights in the ceiling, we're now doing kind of accent lights, like behind shelves or at the bottoms of shelves and those kinds of things that kind of throw off enough light so you can see the difference between cans of soup, and those kinds of things. But mood lighting in sort of like a pantry or a closet or those kinds of things, instead of the full-blown bright lights. So that was, to me, that intrigued me. That was kind of interesting. Home office upgrades. So here's what's going on, right? So there's a lot of, so we had the great, go back home during COVID, stay at home and work and those kinds of things. And there are some companies that are making you come back to work, and so there are some companies, depending on your position, that are saying, well, you can work half the time at home, you have to be 1 day in the office, whatever. Well, people are now upgrading their office, so it's more of a more feature walls and more creative interest. So then when people are doing videos like this and there's a nice wall behind them, okay, it kind of adds a little bit of class and professionalism, obviously, depending on what that accent wall is all about. But as more and more people are allowed to work from home, we're seeing more office upgrades and things like that in the home. What's out? Okay, all white bathrooms. I was never a huge fan of all white bathrooms. It made me feel like the bus station, in Grand Central Station or something like that. Classic chevron tile. That's that's out. And then red and orange paint. I was never a big fan of that. Never a big fan of orange paint, but red and orange paint is is also out. I hope that kind of maybe put you in one direction or another in terms of how you might upgrade or remodel your home just a little bit. Next week, we're going to talk about items that people install or buy for their homes that they almost always regret. And some of these will be obvious. This is Steve DePoe with the Rose Realty team. I'm out.